Time to start the show.
Hey, shalom everybody, this is Captain Marquardt at the IHBK. I wanted to show you something real fast. We out here in Cleveland, Ohio. If you take a look up at these statues right here, this is a statue from the Civil War. And as you can see, some of the soldiers, white soldiers, they standing there looking like they're holding up the bear, right? But you see the black man with no shirt off, and he's holding up a stick as well. And that black people fought in so many wars in America, time after time and after time, and we reaped none of the benefits. So this statue right here is something that we need to take a look at and examine. And if you're a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man, woman, or child, join us July 30th to August 2nd. We're in Cleveland, Ohio right now. Whatever city you in the Midwest, especially outside of the Midwest, it don't even matter. Come to the Midwest 5 weekend under command of Johnny Hunter. You see these strong brothers I got standing with me, man. These brothers right here are priests of the Lord. We're gonna be doing it live, Midwest 5 weekend, July 30th to August 2nd. If you're a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, come and join us. It's going down. We got 4 days of just absolute amazing activities. We got General Muhammad teaching class Thursday night. We got Johnny Hunter doing a lecture. We having a cookout and many more other activities as well. Get the information. Come join us Midwest 5 weekend, Chicago, Illinois, under command of Johnny Hunter. Man, let's fix this situation right here. Even though we never received none of the benefits from helping America, that now's the time to help ourselves. You heard of the verdict. The brother just got 35 years. You seen the other verdict where the brother went in the store and got executed. You seen what happened with that. We never received justice in America. We never got credit for helping build America. The Lord wants us to love us. And that's what we're gonna have to do. Come join us Midwest 5 weekend, man. Take another look at that, man. Y'all make sure y'all come get down with the IHBK. It's going down. Shalom.
Time to start the show.
If you got freedom without wisdom, what you gonna do with it? You gonna end up in a situation like we ended up in today.
If you have a woman that looks to you for advice, please do not tell her to go through a whole phase. Please, even if you went through one. In us food stamps, instead of jobs, instead of approving our business loans,
Jim Crow.
you know what I'm saying? Jim Crow, that's our reparations.
Right, we love, sir.
All right, bet. Shalom Israel. You understand? It's another episode of the Roundtable of Truth follow-up. As always, every Tuesday around 5:30 Central Time. You understand? Going into some topics that might have not been able to be brought out on Friday nights with Captain Marquardt on the Roundtable of Truth. You understand? Unfortunately, 1,000 Officer 1,000 Asha'ir, he's on injury reserve this week. You understand? So I decided myself, to jump in with the brothers because what they're bringing out is so heavy. I decided to take an extra day and make sure to join these brothers. So as always, we got to give it up to the Most High. You understand, for allowing us to even have this podcast and have these things that we bring out every week. Then of course we can't mention the Most High if we don't mention His Son, Yahushua Mashiach, Jesus Christ in the English. That's got to give Him a hand as well. And of course, the one that made all things possible here on earth in these days and times, commending General Yohana, for holding down this truth and giving us the authority and information we have right now to bring out these different types of topics and discussions that are going on the earth. So, of course, I have Officer 1,000 Ra'ash Karab on the ones and twos with us today. With brother hand, you already know he's the media man with the plan. He can't leave the city of Chicago without other brothers in other zones saying, I need him on the camera. I need him up on the podium and record what we got going on. You understand? His work is seen through the nation of Israel, and you can't dispute that. You understand? Then, of course, we have Officer 1,000 Mapakazai in the building. this brother, you know, he's gonna make sure he gets his point in regardless.
Right.
You understand? You go to the main round table of the truth on Friday. You know, we call him the sixth man. He had so much things to say. He made sure to come up and get the follow-up and kicking with Officer Asha'at. Right. He said, "No, I ain't gonna be the sixth man today. I'm gonna be another man on the main podcast." Look at him now; he's shining bright. You understand? Of course, me myself, Captain 10,000 Makiala, usually on the round table truth on Fridays, but I'm holding down for Asha'at since he's on injury reserve. So, what's going on in the world? Come on, hit us with something new before we jump into these topics.
You started off.
Most High in Christ. Whichever one you it really don't matter. Whichever one we want to touch on first. We probably want to touch on one of the most heaviest joints a little bit in the podcast. Gave your brothers and sisters a little bit to come in.
Yeah. All right. Well, first off, I want to make before we play the first video. Let's give a big shout out to the Midwest Fire Weekend coming up next week. You understand? We got T-minus 9 days until we kick off the Midwest Fire Weekend, the 10th annual. It's crazy. It's hard to believe we even had 10 of them. You understand? I've been part of all 10, but don't feel like we've had 10. Decades worth of these great and glorious cookouts. You understand that we were able to have because Commander Janahana held down this truth for so long, and we're able to give back to the community as we do every year. July 30th through August 2nd. Make sure to call the number, put some donations in the GoFundMe so we can keep doing this every year as we will always do until Christ comes back.
That's right.
You understand? So with that, let's Rash, you have the full authority on the order of these clips. So you can play whichever one you want to play first, and we'll jump in.
Carl Khan, then we'll start off with this video with Parasat drop.
I bet.
You start.
White people try to get in our party. Hey! White people try to get in our party. Hey! Huh? They said it. He said it's a colors only party. I know it's 2026, but the way things are going, it's a colors only party right now. Colors only. I love it. Hey, colors only. No, they ain't not. Go ahead. Fuck them like this. Fuck them
Yes, you can get.
the colors only party.
You stood right beside.
All right, Mapaza, why did you bring this one in?
I bought this in because just like Midwest Fire Weekend, we throwing a colors only cookout.
Damn right.
Right.
All our services are for colors only as well. And when I say colors only, I mean Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? We don't allow you not just white people, but no other nation of people inside our, things that we do privately either. This is a private event and it's by invite only. You know what I'm saying? And what this brother did, you know what I'm saying? He might have did it in a playful way, but that was something that was spiritual. You know what I'm saying? That was spiritual. So I wanted to bring this out because I didn't think, you know what I'm saying, nobody else. I never seen nobody else, do nothing like that. Plus, the brother mentioned with everything going on right now, this a colors only party. You know what I'm saying? And what I believe he meant was the thing with the brother getting 35 years. You know what I'm saying? The situation where the brother was shot in the back and the owner was found, and the person who did it was found not guilty, the Chinese guy. He said that with the recent events of things going on right now, that's a colors only party. We here to enjoy ourselves and ourselves only, because when other nations of people are involved, we get unalived. You see the little boy, the brother was just with his so-called white friends.
Nolan Wells.
Yeah, Nolan Wells. You know what I'm saying? Okay, they found him unalived. You know what I'm saying? And the brother, like what the brother brought out was extra heavy when he said with the recent events of what's going on right now, colors only. Because with white people, they just too unpredictable.
And what you're saying so heavy when I see this video is that everyone would probably, of course, the world would be shocked. Like, why would you be like that? But in America, especially in 2026, we're not allowed to have our things on our own.
Right.
You understand? Because of Christianity and the Christian church, we believe that all people should be able to join all different types of things, which that's not the case. You understand? Look at all these different types of races out here. You got Chinatown, Koreatowns. You understand? You got Arab nations, a Jewish community, and all different types of countries, or not countries, states in the USA. They can be segregated and have their own parties, have their own clickbacks, and all these different types of things. But then when Black people or Hispanic Native Indian people start doing it, then it becomes a problem. And the title is so heavy when it says this is what the Negroes in the movie Sinner should have did, is exactly the point. Because once they let them white folks into this party, that's when everything went astray. That's when they started getting unalive, started turning on one another. They couldn't find peace anymore because they felt like, oh, well, maybe not all white people are bad. And guess what? They let that one so-called good white person in that they thought so, and it messed up everything. You understand? That's the beauty of what we just saw, is that this brother said, no, we're not letting neither of these snakes into this party because we can't trust you.
Exactly.
You understand? And so he said colors only because he knows that the most peaceable people on the earth are Blacks and Hispanics.
That's right.
He knows there's not going to be no racial confrontation in a party where there's only one race in the party. You understand? And I hope everything went good during that party. You understand? Of course, they ain't in the world. I mean, they're in the world, not in the truth, whatever the case may be. You understand? So, of course, they don't have the spirit of the Most High on them. But at least they know that joining with white people could have turned everything wrong. And that's the big take I take on this. Because most people, they wouldn't have the courage to deny white people. Because white people have always infiltrated everything that Black people have ever had. And that's the problem. Anyone else?
You call Wakanda, so I just wanted to say this reminds me a lot of things about our interactions with white people. You see, the one story that was pretty famous, we let a white person in a church stealing roof happen. And that's what happened when you actually open up your doors thinking some devil is going to love God like you. Oh, he's going to love God because, wow, we worship the same Jesus. You know, that's what happened. You get unalive. You get elderly people. It was people praying during when he was unaliving them people, man. And also, too, having white friends, Nolan Wells. You know, we all know the story, you know, when you think you have a friend, when you go ahead and have the same parties, you go to school together, and that's what happened with that. And also, too, another example of not even knowing a white person, you know what I'm saying? Not even knowing a white person, Emmett Till. Emmett Till, you get a white person that just lies on you, that just looks at you and just say, hey, he did this to me, and this brother right here gets unalive. So I just want to say, it don't matter if you know him, you let him in, you should never, the Bible says, never trust your enemy. Don't think he thinks like you. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you have a moral standard. You know what I'm saying? As the people I just named, that's what happens if you let them in, you don't let them out, you mind your own business. Just know, you know what I'm saying? This man is just an animal. It's like,
no, you're right. Now, what you're saying is that think about the Native Indians. When Christopher Columbus and his European explorers made it to America, or the land of America we call now. You understand? Even though they ran into Native Indians, they said out their own mouths, Christopher Columbus and them said, these are the most peaceable people we have ever met.
right.
You understand? Because that's just how the Native Indians are. That's how the Israelites are when they're in the right spirit. We're so hospitable, it's insane.
Right.
You understand? We taught them how to survive in the winters and how to do with all the things that we did here in this land before they came over here. And they even made 178 peace treaties with the Native Indians, so-called white man, the Caucasian race. You understand? And even after all that, all the peace treaties, all the hospitality that was shown, the next thing they did was wait until it was nighttime and raided and unalived and pillaged and raped everything they could find.
Right.
You understand? To the most peaceful people they ever found. And that's what happens when you give so-called white man an inch. He's going to take everything. You understand? Don't give him the leeway to unalive your family. And this brother right here, he said, nah, this is colors only. Because he wasn't willing to give that inch to these white people because he knows that they would have taken the mile if they had the opportunity to do so.
Facts.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
And that's wisdom. And that wisdom is in the Bible, like you said, Raj. The scriptures say, never trust thine enemy.
Right.
Never. Never. It doesn't say occasionally or maybe one time. It says never because it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord separated all these nations for a reason because these other races of people cannot be at peace with us.
Right.
Yeah, even though we're at peace with them. We're at peace in 2026 and they're still unaliving us. Look at Nolan Wells. Look at Cyrus. What was his last name? Cyrus.
Oh, Carmack.
You understand? Like you said, Emmett Till back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we got all the Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland's. They had a whole honorary silence held in Minnesota for the one that unalived George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
He's in prison right now, and they held a moment of silence for him. That goes to show your problems that they create, they don't care about. And that's why the Lord said, never even trust them. Don't give it an opportunity. And that's how evil Christianity is, because it tells you to give them that opportunity. And then you wonder why is my best friend dead?
Mm-hmm.
Why is my mother shot? Why did my sister get raped? Because you trusted in the religion of Christianity, which is the religion for the oppressor, to make you forgive all his crimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And you don't even understand it. And it's sad. But thanks to what we're doing in the UPK, it's slowly going to be brought out. And it's not slowly, it's going to be pushed out there to the greatest degree, but it's slowly going to be adhered to by the Negroes and Hispanics in the country and across the globe.
Right.
So, is anyone, either one of you two, have another monologue you want to do on this, or do you want to move on to the next one?
I'm good myself, sir.
You know, like what y'all just brought out was so heavy. You know what I'm saying? Just to, of course, piggyback off what yourself and Officer Raj have said. Even with the a very good example of that is the Black Panthers. The people who they knew was their enemies, they started allowing them into the fold, into their congregation, you know what I'm saying, into their movement. You know what I'm saying? And like fighting against somebody, and that was just, to me, that was like letting the wolves in the sheep house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know these people your enemies. You know what I'm saying? And they might have had some, you know what I'm saying? They might have, you know, had, you know, a little interest at heart for the Black well-being. But you allow them to show you something. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you do that from a distance. Put your money in here. Get, you know, provide us with some of your resources. You know what I'm saying? We trying to do this breakfast thing. You know what I'm saying? Push that in the, you know, on the back. But being in here, that's something you just can't allow. And that's why I big up the ISUPK, because that'll never happen in here. You know what I'm saying? We'll never allow someone who's showed us since the beginning of time pretty much that they hate us and allow them in here.
Right.
Slocky, I yield.
No, you two are. Now, let's hit the next one, Raj.
So I actually replaced a story from one of the stories I had for this one, and this one is pretty heavy.
No, you can play whatever we, as long as it fits into the time schedule.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I saw this one.
You got your what you call it here? You got your
Said I'm looking for somebody that I can tell. Oh,
Good night.
Is my what you call it still the right way?
No, you crooked. There you go.
Well, hold on, let me,
That was the entire thing, Raj?
Yeah, call comes. So, yep.
Go ahead. Why'd you pull it?
Yeah, the reason why I had to go change this up, because our subject was on not trusting white people, because our people think, we just think believing in white Christianity, so you think white people are good, but behind closed doors, he got goddamn handcuffs and like choking them in the chair. It's just something about white people. They like this hurting defenseless people, man. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The brother's in the chair like this, can't move with 1, 2, 3, 4 other police officers in there, but he felt the need to get some handcuffs. And also, too, if there's any such thing as good cops, then why no cops stop them? Why didn't they tell them, oh no, that's enough. That's way too much. You're pushing the line. They just let them do it. It's just another day in the office, another day in prison, and they choke the brother out with handcuffs. And this is what we've seen. Who in the hell knows what's going on when he's in population, in the jail cell? Who knows, man?
Oh man.
Oh, I think my father's like, you could break this.
There's so much shit that go on inside those places that don't get recorded, that happens in blind spots. And what a blind spot is, that's a spot that the camera from any direction can't see. And they set these places up like that for these specific reasons. You know what I'm saying? So when an inmate, tries to tell the story on what happened to him, you know what I'm saying, in a blind spot, it's his word against theirs. And you already know who they gonna believe. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Even so, even though only the correction officers have access to the blind spots because they have to watch what the inmates doing 24/7. Inmates don't gotta access to blind spots. If an inmate access a blind spot, it's only really for 1 or 2 reasons. They, you know what I'm saying, they the corrections officers are putting you over there so they could do something to you off camera as far as physical harm or even unalive. And you see that go on all the time as well. And you have women that feels that you are attractive, and of course what goes on with that, in blind spots, but that's what they call, you know what I'm saying? But now they getting bold to where they don't give a damn about a blind spot. You know what I'm saying? It's happening on camera, and a lot of times they still get away with it. Schlock out you.
You're so right. And that's the crazy part is that these are individuals, when they get this profession or this job, they're supposed to do what? Protect and serve.
Right.
You understand? That's their whole job. It's supposed to be protecting the people. That's what their motto is. You understand? But then you got to look at why is it that it's the Blacks and Hispanics that face the cruelest types of punishments and atrocities by these individuals that are supposed to be serving and protecting us. You understand? Regardless, even if these individuals committed a crime, did something wrong, that's on them. Cool, that's true. You understand? But once they get into the jail cell or get into prison or a jail, it's called a correctional facility. It's supposed to help them correct the thing that they did wrong, or change their mindset, help them if they're mentally ill or whatever the case may be. It's supposed to be somewhere they can get corrected and maybe let out one day to make themselves and be a regular citizen after the fact. But no, these individuals, once they get into that jail cell or behind those closed doors, they become a playground for these Klansmen that have joined the force.
Yep.
You understand? Because where did the police force even derive from? It derived from slave patrols. You understand? That's what the police system used to be. It's the slave patrols, making sure to put the slaves back in order and punish them to however they saw fit when they fled from their oppressors or their masters at the time.
Facts.
You understand? Because when you go into a suburban location where it's predominantly white, guess what their cars say? It doesn't say police. It says public safety. You understand? At least it does in Chicago. In Illinois, it's public safety when you get into the white neighborhoods. Why? Because that's who these people with the shield and the badge are supposed to be protecting.
Right.
It's the white folk. It's the picket fence people. It's the pale skins that are supposed to be protected from Negroes and Hispanics so they can make sure that white society thrives and anyone being bad in the black society, they got to suffer. You don't see them lying in wait in the white communities.
Right.
It used to be called entrapment. They got rid of that. You understand? Now they're able to go into a dark alley, turn off their entire car, and wait until you cross a double yellow line. or you going 5 miles an hour over, or you swerve a little about a pothole, and the next thing you know, you got canines, guns, and lights all around you, and you got to pray. I mean, pray that you even make it to the jailhouse alive.
Damn.
Instead of the morgue.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Most of us just go straight to the morgue. We don't want to make it to the jail.
Damn.
Facts.
And that's because the police system was never meant for black people. Ever. When it comes down to serving, let alone or being protected by. You understand? So if either one of you have something to say, go ahead. Then let's pull up that photo I sent you, Raj, after the fact. So either one of you got anything to chime in?
Come on, sir. I'll just pull this video.
No, it's just a photo.
Oh, a photo, I mean. I'll go ahead and read it, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
First black police officers hired by Atlanta Police Department. In 1948, due to segregation laws, they could not carry guns or arrest white people.
Hey, you see. I'm just gonna stop you right there. Do you see my point on what or who the police force was meant to protect? White people. You understand? Because once you got the badge, once you started fighting for this country, you didn't even have the same authority. You could, if a white man or a white woman unalived an individual, you didn't have the authority to arrest them. If they unalived someone or grape someone, you didn't even get a. Never mind. I believe, you couldn't even carry guns. Because why? Because you even though you were so-called freed in 1856, it took almost 100 years later for you even to be joined into the police force. And when you were, you still had no authority.
Slight, sir.
Go ahead.
So I just want to say this to all the naive Negroes that we have. Just look at this historical fact for a second that happened, that we couldn't even carry a gun or arrest white people. Now, why can't you believe when we tell you the white person put drugs in our community, when the white people do redlining, when they destroy Tulsa, Oklahoma, that we keep telling you on these street corners in ISBK, don't trust your enemy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but anything you just like, oh no, white girl ain't that bad. Well, we reading just this one article, and this is not even 100 years ago. What it says on here, like imagine being a black officer and you cannot arrest a white person, meaning he can go ahead and rob you. He can go and rob somebody else. You can't even do nothing. God damn, go ahead, Potter.
No, it's just that, you know what I'm saying. This was a false sense of involvement. You know what I'm saying. You anytime you don't have the power to police a certain people, you join the police squad. You know what I'm saying, because you wanted your neighborhoods or whatever to be better, but wasn't given the right to police the people who's making your neighborhoods worse. The people who's riding around and putting what's the stakes with the cross in it, burning crosses in lawns. You know what I'm saying? And these days, you know, they were still riding around on with the KKK still riding around with hoods on, with white hoods on, white and white bodysuits.
Right.
You can't arrest them. You know what I'm saying? So really, what they was here for was to lock up more black people. That's it. They was here to lock up more black people, arrest more black people. They was here to help the police force help themselves. That's pretty much what they, you know what I'm saying, what they was there for. They was there to help the police force do their jobs. You know what I'm saying, for them. That's it. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't there to actually be real police. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even give them a gun. I'm a police officer and I can't have a gun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because they know, like, white people. So I don't have a gun, so I'm susceptible to whatever a white person want to do to me as a police officer. Because you know white people carrying guns, carrying rifles, they got all type of ammunition, a bag they self up with, but you can't defend yourself. You was given a nightstick, not even a flashlight. You was given a nightstick and a uniform to put on, to help white people police your people. Salakia, yeah.
And what you said was so heavy in the positive. You know, you almost hit it right on the head. What I was going to say. This is the first step on why we see so many black police officers harm black individuals.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because that was the only place they could actually show authority. Remember, this is segregation.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Where we didn't have the same type of authority and rights that the oppressor had. You understand? So what he did, he gave him a badge, no gun, and a little bit of authority only over black people or Hispanic people. So that was the only way they could let out the aggression from the oppression they were getting at the time.
Mm.
You understand? So they took all like we watch videos all the time on why some black people are so aggressive sometimes in their own homes because we getting oppressed. We're getting obviously abused by another race of people. So the only time they could ever let that aggression out was on their own people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they weren't allowed to take it out on the oppressing race. They weren't allowed to have the authority over their oppressor at all. Even though they still carried the same badge. They still fought for the same country or the same state. But at the same time, they were not allowed to let out that aggression, that pent-up energy against the real criminals in that location. Unless they were of their own race.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we see in 2026 and so many black cops, Hispanic cops being the main aggressors when we're being let's say in a riot or a crowd or any type of wrongdoing that they believe so. Black cops don't like black people. Why? Because of this.
Yep.
Because they joined their enemy. They joined them. And because they joined their enemy, guess what? They have enveloped themselves in the spirit behind that said enemy. And especially when you join the so-called white man, you join his spirit, you fight for what his ideals and his beliefs. Of course, black people and Hispanics are going to suffer the most.
Yep.
You understand? We talk about black on black crime. Black on black crime, cool. That happens. White on white crime happens. Hispanic on Hispanic. Arab on Arab. Crime is crime. You understand? But at the same time, they made sure to pit our own individual people against ourselves in the name of the police force. They did nothing more than give them the slave patrol badge and said, watch your own kind. That's all they did.
Yeah.
And that's the mark of the beast. When you go into Revelations, that's the damn mark of the beast. It's not no computer chip and all this nonsense. It's what you believe in, which is the white man's religion, Christianity, and who you fight for. If you're a police officer, you're a traitor to your own race. If you're in the military for America, you're a traitor to your own race.
Right.
You understand? If you're a fighter, I would say fighter only because it's the same fighting for America, but at least they doing a little bit better than the rest of them.
Right.
A little bit better. I'm not saying they holier than that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, you traitors to your race of people, when you put on that Star-Spangled Banner and you put on that shield and you go fight for the white man's country that was stolen in the first place.
Facts.
They've been oppressing you for 400 plus years. This is the place you want to fight for? Really? Really? Knowing that not even 100 years ago or 100 years after our so-called freedom, we couldn't even have the same rights fighting.
Mm.
We were free, so why didn't we have the same rights? Ask that question. You wonder why? Because American Constitution was never meant for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians.
Exactly.
Right.
You're 3/5 a man. How can 3/5 a man arrest or police a real man? With the so-called white man in their Constitution.
Yep.
But with that, I'm gonna lay off. Anyone else want to go more on this point before we move on to the next one?
Man, like you just hit the point on the Constitution, sir. Like, how can you tell somebody they only 60% of a man? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 3/5. That's what's, if I'm correct, that's 60%. If I'm not, what is 60? What is 60% of a man? What is that? You know what I'm saying? You 3/5 of a man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. What's that? Could you break that down to me? Can you tell me like what that means for me?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's this like this how you know the white man is so diabolical. He put stuff in his own constitution that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? He put stuff in his own constitution is contradictory. He put things in his constitution that he don't even live by his damn self. These supposed to be the laws of the land, the rules that everybody put, and he don't even live by. You know what I'm saying? It's like I yield, so.
No, you definitely right. All right, Raj, where we going next?
Yes, sir. So next we got well, what does brother think? A non-racist white woman explains why they don't like black people.
Before you play that, I just want to give a big shout out to Alexa's Voice. Shalom, sis. Appreciate y'all. You're watching. You whatever the case. We appreciate you as well. Shalom, Kwame Daya Howda. We definitely appreciate you watching the show. We already know you always in everything going on. And also Shalom, brother Adam over there in Greensville, South Carolina.
Yeah, right.
We appreciate you watching the show. You know what I'm saying? It's always great seeing brothers and sisters show support to the real truth that's going on this earth. And we just thank you guys for watching.
That's right. And
go ahead, Raj.
Sure.
This white woman explains why racist white this woke non-racist white woman explains why racist white people hate black people. And honestly, this explains the obsession. If you're not a racist and you love all the God's children, then this is not gonna bother you. But if you are a racist, this is gonna piss you the hell off, and I don't give a damn.
One of the reasons white people hate black people is because we cannot tolerate black joy. We cannot tolerate black intelligence. We cannot tolerate black beauty. We cannot tolerate black confidence. We cannot tolerate black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a black person. We don't like black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want black judges. We don't want anything for black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a black nanny. We can have a black house cleaner. We can have a black teacher. We can have a black coach. We can have black players. But only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with. I think I heard somebody say that white people are the ones that have the ancestors that were closely related to the apes. And I believe that. We are Neanderthals. We're fucking pale monsters. I really hate being white sometimes. I'm super ashamed.
This woke.
Damn. That's every video.
Damn.
She sounds like my mom.
That's insane.
I'm being dead ass though. She sounded just like my mom when it came down to like that last. Cause my mom, you know, for everyone doesn't know, my mom she a Edomite as well. You know, after I broke down things and so forth and so such. You know, of course it took her a while. I've been in school for 12 years almost, or now. So of course it took her some time, but she knows. I talked to her. She's like, yeah, white people are the worst people on earth.
Damn.
She hates her own. Well, no, she claims to hate her own kind. I can't know her inner thoughts, but at least she says it. And she admits she'll admit any day of the week that the white man is still Bible speaks. You understand? That's the whole point. That's what this white lady, you understand, saying. Like, she could be one of those good ones. I ain't gonna trust her enough to believe it, but she could be one of those white people that actually cared about black flight. It's possible, man. But yeah, I just had to say that she run me up, my mom.
Like so if I could, man. She and it also goes. It takes me back to when a white woman also did a video on how she teaches her kids if they're lost, go find a black man. Don't find a white man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she teaches her kids if you're ever lost, a white lady teaches her kids if you're ever lost, go up to a white man and let him know. Do not go to a white man.
Dang.
A white man. You know what I'm saying? And and of course she do this because she know the history of her people. You know what I'm saying? She knows that the white man would, you know what I'm saying, probably end up raping her kids or unaliving her kids because that's just who he is. And we, of course, we don't, you know, that's just ain't how we rock. We don't, especially if we want to do something to somebody, it definitely ain't gonna be to no kids. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this white lady just went on the she voiced what every other white person and every other person on the earth already knew. She just put it in words. You know what I'm saying? And she was absolutely correct. She was absolutely correct. And you know what I'm saying? I know the backlash she getting from Keaton. This was a little bit too much truth for a devil to drop. So lock it. I ain't think they had this level of truth in them. You know what I'm saying? And she shocked me. You know what I'm saying? I barely got word. I want to call her devils and all this and all that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing really to say about it. You know what I'm saying? But she just definitely kept it 100. She spilled 100% truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they love us for our entertainment and whatever resources we could bring to the table.
Right.
But when it comes to putting us in a position of power, that's what they're threatened at. You know what I'm saying? A black person who's very smart, that's what they threaten at.
Yep.
A black person or Hispanic people who's teaching their kids to fear God and, you know what I'm saying, the real ways of life and not how TV, you know what I'm saying, portrays things to be. White people are scared of that because they know that's part of the beginning of us rising up as a people. You know what I'm saying? It's lucky I yield.
It's wild, bro. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, Con. So when I saw this video, I was just like, good night. You know what I'm saying? If black people, if you still won't believe the priests and prophets when we tell you the white man's the devil, just hear from the horse's mouth once again. She used the words white monsters. Now that's pretty accurate. That's pretty accurate. And, you know, I just want to say to all the, you know, once again, our lost brothers and sisters, wow, is it based on skin color because they're white? What about the white man? You know what I'm saying? Every time we go on street corners, we say the white man's the devil. They think it's because of the color of their skin. No, it's not the case. White people are colorist. You understand? It's the crimes that you do. That's all it is. It's just your crimes, white people. That's why you're a white monster. You see what you did. You see what you did to Nolan Wells. You understand? Tamar Rice, George Floyd, Native Indians, Taino Indians. You know what I'm saying? Negroes. We can just go down the long list that you got.
Nolan Wells.
Chad,
you know what
yep.
I'm saying? Like,
and also too, it's just white people. You don't like your own kind either. I can just ask Charlie Kirk right now. We can go ahead and ask Charlie Kirk and see if you love your own people. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and ask. You're number one in domestic abuse. You're number one in that. You're number one in child inappropriate material. You understand? You're the number one in shootings. I don't know if you knew that. Oh, that might be a hard one for them. Apologize. They can't wrap their head around that. You're number one in shootings also, and that's against your own people. So I don't get it. I think white monsters suit you. I think white monsters is probably, you know what I'm saying, the name that suits you for what you do. It's beyond your skin color. It's never been about skin color. But it does. She just said they don't like black joy. They don't like black camaraderie. They don't like none of that black stuff that you do. And this is us not interfering with white people. You know what I'm saying? We saw the video earlier, Cap. White person looked up in the video. He said, "Can I come in?" He said, "No, close the window." You understand? Black Spanish, we should have done this 400, really thousands of years ago when the Most High told us. That's all I have to say.
What's so heavy about even just going back to the old video? You heard dude's friend after he closed that window and said, "Screw you, white people." Basically, he said, "What if they call the cops?" You know, that was that demon. Like, maybe we should let them in. You understand? Because that Christian church nonsense makes you always think white people ain't bad. Let's just bring them in. Let's enjoy them, so forth and so such. But even their own race, like this was just an honest one. She's a boot kisser. You know that's all she is. But that's what it takes. The only time Negroes really listen or Hispanics really listen is if they hear it out of the white man's mouth or the white woman's mouth. You understand? Because of the negative outlook America has portrayed on blacks and Hispanics, we never believe or trust in whatever we say.
Right.
You understand? But if massa says it, the oppressor says it, oh, it's gotta be the truth.
Damn.
You understand? Maybe I'll watch it twice. Maybe I'll listen to it because we've been so programmed to take everything at face value from that race and disregard anything that happens with ourselves.
Yep.
You understand? They've made it so we can't trust one another. You understand? Because they always make us look at we're always the criminal. We're always the mischievous one. We're always the ones trying to catch a lick or whatever the case may be. But when you go through history, it's definitely not us. You know, I don't mind catching a lick here and there, but it's not at the expense of my people. You understand? But the so-called white race, they will take advantage of anything and everybody. You understand? Like there's movies, they'll unalive their entire families for an inheritance. That's their race. That's what they do. You understand? They don't even have compassion amongst the ones that share the same blood in the same household as them. You know how many household unalivings and shootings that have happened in the white people side, where the dad or the mom goes so-called psychotic, unalives the kids and unalives their spouse, and then ends up committing suicide at the end of the day.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I don't see that happening forever in our community. Because I believe I read one story of that happening in this year, where a brother and sister went and unalived their entire family. That did happen. They were brothers and sisters in our race. But of course, I'm not saying that we don't do those things, but we're not the ones known for it. We're not the ones known for running up into an elementary school with an AK-47 and going crazy.
Right.
That ain't us. You understand? But they always want to make it seem like we the monster. That we're the greatest criminals on the earth. When you have we in the ghetto, we don't get all these fine guns that these other white folk get. Right. We're not the ones over here flooding our own communities on purpose with crack and heroin. Where the hell do we get it? We can't even afford a car note, and you think we're over here getting tens of thousands of dollars worth of cocaine and heroin. Not saying that some people can't catch a lick, but I'm talking about as a whole.
Right.
You understand? That's just the evilness. That white woman told the truth in that matter because she knows her race of people are the devil the Bible speaks.
That's right.
You understand? And that brother that was the narrator is a coon. He's a whole BIT asterisk. You understand? That's what he is. He's talking about, she's saying this. If you have a problem with it, then you're racist. No, we didn't have a problem at all with it because she told the damn truth. But people in the world, they could be like, "Oh no, it's okay, Mary," or whatever the hell her name is. And you're gonna be like, "No, y'all not that bad. We love you." You turn the other cheek. The nonsense. But I'm done with it. I'm good. Unless y'all want something to add on the last part.
No, I'm too wild. So like, man, I do want to get a, you know what I'm saying, big up the devil though. Big up the devil. Maybe she could. Hey, if we could find her, and maybe she can put some money into the GoFundMe for the fire weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, drop some cash. Your race is the most disgusting on the earth. Try to make up for it a little bit. We'll take the bread.
Right.
So we need to uplift. We need to uplift the people. Y'all people oppressed.
Facts.
I ain't gonna say no to your green dollar bill when it comes down to me helping the people without having to sell my soul.
Right.
That's the only time I'm gonna take any type of bread. I don't gotta sell my soul for it. Let that be known. Yeah, because we ain't no sellouts up here.
Right.
But go ahead. What we got next in the queue?
Yes, sir. Next video. Crazy. This is happening right in front of our faces.
Those shorts.
We are slowly getting rid of all seeds in fruits and vegetables. And honestly, it's brilliant. Because once every apple, grape, watermelon, and tomato is seedless, guess who controls life itself? No more planting your own food. No more saving seeds for next season. Everything you eat, everything that grows, will come from our labs. And when the last natural seed is gone, that's when it gets fun. We can make them rare, expensive, maybe even licensed. Only billionaires that will have gardens, and everyone else will have to subscribe to eat. Sounds insane, right? But it's already happening. Seedless isn't convenience, it's containment. Every time you pick up a seedless fruit, you're holding a future that can't reproduce. So yeah, expect more seedless, everything. Because the easiest way to control the world is to stop it from growing. So remember to stay safe out there.
Damn.
God damn, this is diabolical.
White man is the devil the Bible speaks of. I got enough to say about it, but I want to hear y'all thoughts.
Man. So if I could, man, what really threw me off? He said the billionaire is going to be a subscription. So damn, you already got Cardinal life insurance. Now I need a full subscription. Damn. And then he said, if we take out the seeds, you can grow food by yourself. It's already with the rainwater thing. You know what I'm saying? Next cap, it just got to be air. We are going to pay to breathe in this goddamn planet at one point. Man, because seedless fruits, I always wonder, like, damn, how do you take out these seeds that's growing in a lab? It's just the white man being the devil. That's all I got on that.
Go ahead with pause. It's making me laugh because it's like they can't get enough.
Mm-hmm.
So and what he don't understand is he talking about like everything gonna be lab grown. What he don't understand is you're causing for the extinction of the human race. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You talking about taking all the seed, you know what I'm saying? And everything lab grown causing cancer, linked to cancer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Also, you causing for the extinction of the whole human race because you want to control the whole world. You so much of a devil, you don't realize you're gonna kill yourself in the end.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You so full of hate, so full of despisement. You don't know that what you playing, what you and whoever else planning on doing, you know what I'm saying, with the food. Of course, the Most High will never allow it. Mm-hmm. But still, you know what I'm saying? This is what they cause. They calling for they calling for the extinction of the human race because anything that's meant to be grown with a seed should be grown with a seed. Anything genetically modified, that's why I don't eat seedless grapes and seedless watermelon and all that shit, because I know it wasn't grown right. You know what I'm saying? If it don't have a seed in it, I don't mess with it. I don't go seedless at all. You know what I'm saying? But these people, their intelligence is like -70. You know what I'm saying? They like, you feel me? They think they so smart. You know what I'm saying? And running and want to be in charge of every little thing. Who want to be in charge of what somebody eats or how much they eat? Who gives a damn? You know what I'm saying? But the white man, he didn't conquer so much. Now he want to control how much you feed your kids, how much you feed yourself. You know what I'm saying? How much you feed the baby you got growing inside of you. You know, like Shalak, I yield, so.
Nah, what you're saying is right. And especially like when you go into the Bible, it says what? Money is the root of all evil.
That's right.
You understand? What they're doing, of course, with these fruits and all these different types of things, they're not, of course, white people are stupid. They're not, the only time they know how to have any type of brain cells is if it has something to do with wickedness. You understand? But when it comes to survival, the fittest, and all these different types of things, they not up there in intelligence.
Yep.
But at the same time, because they make the world revolve around money, is why they do things like this. You know, hey, they don't care about the human race.
Mm-hmm.
They're the most evil thing that was ever created by the Most High. The scriptures say they were made crooked.
Yep.
You understand? But at the same time, that's why we call them the devil at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But they doing these types of things because they know that when they put all these seedless fruits and all these fake chickens and all this fake meat out there, if you want the real thing, you got to pay big bucks.
Mm.
That's what he was. That's exactly what he was saying. Because now, if there's no more seeds and fruits, if you want a real fruit, you got to pay money for a fruit with seed in it.
Damn.
You understand? You can get the regular nonsense from Walmart. You can get a regular fake watermelon, a fake banana, a fake orange, and all this type of things. You understand? Oh, for the regular price. But if you want the real thing,
Mm-hmm.
you got to pay big bread for it. And not only that, it makes it so these homeowners that have their own farms and stuff like that, they're going to slowly try to take their farms away.
Mm.
You understand? Because if you need seeds, guess who you got to go to? You just can't go into the regular marketplace, buy some seeds. You got to go to the so-called white man. You understand? And at the same time, because black people have followed after white people so long, it's gonna be the same thing when you go into a black business.
Yep.
Because it costs so much to get the seed, they can only sell it for so much because they have to keep their own revenue up.
Mm.
So for the masses, let alone the poorest on the earth, which is blacks and Hispanics, Native Indians, getting said we won't be able to eat a real fruit almost ever. The average person is only making what, like 20,000, maybe 30,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even pay your own bills, let alone spending $300 on a damn watermelon with seeds.
Mm.
They selling watermelons with seeds right now. I know locations that are selling them for $50 a pop.
Mm.
Right now in Chicago. $50 a pop for a real watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
You think that price is definitely not gonna decrease.
Yep.
Its value is gonna jump up, and then we're gonna have to spend half of a check to get real fruit.
Mm.
Let alone the meat. We talking about fake chicken. Everything's like 3D printed at this point. It's just it's all fake, and that's why the scriptures say, "In those days, ye shall eat poison."
Right.
You understand? But at the end of the day, even though we're eating poison, as long as you follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, you shall survive.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? That's the whole point. Regardless of what you're eating, as long as it's in tune with what the Most High says to do, you have a chance of survival, and it's at a greater degree as if you a sinner eating all these nasty things as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty of the Lord. All you got to do is just follow some laws. Just obey him a little bit. Not maybe a little bit. I mean, just obey him. I don't mean a little bit. I thought you pick and choose. I mean, let's obey him. Like, it's not that hard. Majority of the laws don't apply to the majority of us.
Yep.
You follow the ones that apply to you. Like, don't smoke. Everyone can not do that. Don't eat shrimp, crab, pork, or lobster. Easy as can be. There's laws about being a farm owner. If you don't own a farm, then all those laws you don't got to follow because you don't own a damn farm.
Mm-hmm.
There's laws for a woman when she's on a menstrual cycle. So if you're not a woman, then those laws can't apply to you.
Mm.
You understand? It's that simple. Like there's 613 laws, yes, but not every law applies to every individual. It depends on the circumstances and your way of life, and sometimes even your gender. You understand? So that's why I said, like, these white people, they only care about the bread, the money. They don't think about the totality of their race. They don't think about the totality of all the other races on this earth. They think about what they see in their face. And as long as their bank account has multiple zeros, they don't care what everyone else got to go through.
Fact.
Just for them to be a superhero, they got to put it on the TV for an imagination. Name one white superhero that really existed.
Damn.
Please. I can name you plenty of black ones.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I should have shared it in the chat. There was a video of this cat saying he was going against Donald Trump, saying that all the things that are great about America were all by black people. Cell phone, the car, the light bulb, the lights, your handheld devices. You understand? The microwave, the oven, all these different types of things are all made by blacks and Hispanics. But because we were in captivity, white people always get the credit. Those are the real superheroes. The ones that are doing something great. Not only them, you know, because of course they were off in their own ways, but whatever. But at the same time, the greatest superheroes were the prophets that rode with Christ.
Damn right.
Christ is a superhero, and he's a black superhero. You understand? Jeremiah, Ezekiel, Matthew, all these brothers that were named in the Bible were superheroes. You understand? And them superheroes understood that you have to be a superhero for your own race of people.
That's right.
That's what they are, and that's what they were. You understand? And that's what the UPK embraces as being superheroes to the ones that need to be saved. You understand? White people, they living in heaven. They about to take your fruits away. They don't need saving. What does they saving from? Arabs, they stupid little rocks they can go kiss over in Mecca. The hell they need saving from? Chinese and Japanese, they already eating dogs and cats and living in the greatest they can be. Hell they need saving from? The only ones that need saving is blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, the ones suffering and dying in every ghetto body on reservation that exists.
That's right.
You understand? That's the point. We need saving. So it's time for real superheroes to save the day. And Commander Johanna, listening to the Most High and Christ, is at the front of that line of superheroes, and his generals, his captains, his officers, even his troopers, and even the sisters rocking with UPK are the real superheroes.
Facts.
You understand? If you want to see a superhero, you make sure to make it to the Midwest Fire Weekend.
That's
You're
right.
going to see some heavy hitting heroes. You understand? If anyone else wants to say something, if not, Raj, you got the next one.
All right. Yes, sir. Gonna go down to this next story. What is this?
You got that one, and then we have the one about the police, right?
Yep, the police.
Let's do the police one first.
All right, police.
Yeah, because the police one, because this is who you think are your superhero.
Oh yeah, yep.
Nice.
It just ties into it. You got to talk about police. Like these are supposed to be your heroes. They're supposed to protect you.
Yep.
But this is what they do to you for real, when you're black and Hispanic. And you're gonna see it. You're just gonna see it. It's raw footage off of a Ring doorbell. Before you even play it, go ahead and read the title, bro.
Carl San Jose police shot college football player Kawan Green 4 times. Then the officers sent racist texts calling him the N-word and saying, "I hate black people."
These are the ones that you're supposed to love. These are the ones. These are your heroes. This is who you call when you're in danger. When you're in danger, you call 911 to be saved. And this is the reaction you get. Go ahead, please. I'm glad there's no sound. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
Watch your hands! Rifle up! Let's go! Watch the hands!
Hey, was there a gun?
Who knows?
Exactly.
We can only be told that there was actual. That was the end of the clip.
Yeah, constant. Yeah.
Oh damn! I wish if there was footage on them putting handcuffs on a corpse.
Oh wait, let me.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit more on that jump.
Maybe some more.
I could be wrong. I didn't finish it either. This is atrocious.
Rifle up! Let's go! Hey, let me see it! Is it fucking head?
6 shots.
No, I think that's.
Yeah, that was it. You get the same, but either way, they say what happened because it had been on the Ring doorbell. But that's your heroes. That's who you call when your life is in jeopardy. You call someone else, that's gonna put your life in jeopardy.
Damn.
You understand? And this is I gotta make this one point. This goes to all you goofy women out there that call 12 because you're mad at your man. The man that you love, probably the father of your children, you get into a dispute, you get angry, you don't want him to be there that night or whatever the case may be. First thing you do is you call 911. You tell them about this. You just let out all the laundry. And they come home, the police show up to your home and do this to your man. All because you were emotional. I'm not saying this is the case. But there's too many cases of this happening to brothers because of a foolish woman. And I'm not going to say it doesn't happen on the other side, but it's always the man that gets looked at wrong. We call 12 ourselves, and we get shot when we called you. You understand? That's that hope and that believing in white America and the police system and all that to save you. They're not going to save you. You're playing Russian roulette when you call 12. And I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't do it because someone's got to come to you. But this is the importance of being segregated. If we were segregated and we gave real leaders the position of police or public safety in that point, because it would be our own people, you wouldn't see this. You wouldn't see what people getting shot unalive,
right,
and then handcuffed. Like, once a cop shoots you, the first thing they're supposed to do is perform aid to save your life, not put you in cuffs. Like, where are you gonna go? You just took 4 or 5 shots to the body. You're not going nowhere. So why cuff? Like, why cuff the individual if they just took 2, 3, 4 shots? They're not going anywhere. They are no longer a threat because they're leaking on the ground. And I'm saying that not because I'm just trying to disrespect the brother that got, hit, but to the reality of it. The brother's leaking in the ground in his front porch, and they go put him in cuffs instead of giving him gauze and medical assistance.
Damn.
You understand? At this point, they got to send ambulances with every CPD call. When I say CPD, I'm in Chicago, so I'm saying CPD. You understand? But for a police department call, at this point, because they unaliving so many people, there might as well be an EMT on site in every cruiser. Just to give the individual option of life. Come on. But go ahead. I mean, I'm making myself angry.
Go ahead, Mother.
No, what I'm saying? Like, where I come from, so, I hear about this all the time. You know what I'm saying? And they actually, one of my, somebody, you know what I'm saying? His brother, I called to, this happened to one of, my brothers in the world, of course, one of his little brothers, the police unalived him. And, said he had a gun, which was not true. You know what I'm saying? Didn't find a gun nowhere near him, nowhere in the backyard. And all because he was smoking a blunt and told him get the hell out of his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, what we go through as Black and Hispanic men in America is a horror story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's worse than Wes Craven and Jason and then all those horror stories, Dracula and all that. What Black men and women and Hispanic men and women go through here in America should be it should outrank any horror film that's ever been put out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We send our kids to school, you know what I'm saying, and pray they come back. You know what I'm saying? Our kids watch us go to work and pray our goddamn tail light is working. You know what I'm saying? Like the things we like not even physically all the time. Like we put ourselves through a lot of mental strain here in America because we know we hate it so much, and we're liable to be killed unalived at any given moment for no reason whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Slack out you.
No, you're completely right. Like, the scriptures say they hunt our steps. You understand? We just lamb to the slaughter to them, and a police call gives them in their minds full authority to do what they need to do. You understand? Because in their minds, a crime has been committed, and someone needs to pay for that crime. And the thing about that is that there's no guarantee it's a crime in the first place.
Exactly.
You understand? That's why they're supposed to go there and investigate. They're supposed to go there and find, deliberate, and see if there was a problem and who the culprit is and who the victim or so such. You understand? Like they could easily go in with they got taser. There's 8 of them on site. 8. You understand? They say gun, but once they say gun, it just gives them proof of reason to shoot. And then majority of the times you find there was never no gun. Whoa, surprise on that. Damn. You understand? Because all police need to do is say they feared for their lives, and it justifies the shooting. But if they're supposed to be trained professionals, then they shouldn't be so scared so fast. Like you're a trained professional. These are just regular Joes that live day to day, or whatever the case may be. Like, why are you so scared? You went through the police academy. You went through training here, training that, mental assessments, this, psychology, this, all these different types of things. Like, you should be more prepared than anyone on earth,
right,
to be able to handle these high stress moments. But once they say they fear for their life, it absolves them of almost all crimes. You understand? Well, then if you're so scary, then don't do this job.
Exactly.
You can't be a pussy or a coward and go into a location with guns, knowing there's a possibility of other guns on the opposite side. Like if you're a coward, you don't just go into SEAL Team 6.
Exactly.
If you're a coward, you don't go try to go to war in other countries. You understand? So why be a coward in the land that you dwell in?
Yep.
If you can't handle that trauma or that stress. Through my point, like it shouldn't be that hard to ascertain. But because it's the KKK up inside these locations and these police forces, that's why they say there's fear for their lives. Because they never really did.
Yep.
You go to court and they make you put the hand on a Bible and all that bullshit. And then you say, are you going to tell the truth or nothing but the truth? Like something's going to stop them from being a damn liar.
Right.
You understand? That's why the court system's a joke in itself. You understand? How are you going to prove it was a lie or not? If they cover their tracks well, you ain't going to know. You're not going to know. And this is why you just cannot trust the American system to be there to make sure your life stays in that way. Life. Trusting in the white man society in America, the politics and all this, it's just a ploy. They talk about the United States. United. But then they got Republicans and Democrats fighting each other. Every state in the country, all 52 of them, all have different laws. All of them. So how the hell are they so united? Because they're united against you.
Yep.
Exactly.
They're united against blacks and Hispanics. That's the biggest important thing that you can think that they can do is make sure no matter what, you still are the main target to all crime. To all justice be seen for white people. You understand? To make sure that you are shown that your life is not as important as you thought it was. That 3/5 of man still exists. That 3/5 of woman still exists. All these states know that and follow and abide by that. You understand? Because that's the only thing America will ever be united in is the destruction of blacks and Hispanics.
Damn right.
Go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, sir. I just wanted to bring the fact out that you just made me think of something when you said they say they fear for their life. Meanwhile, there was a video just came out where this cop pulled over another, this white cop pulled over another white man, and the white man got out the car, and actually the police actually ran from the man before shooting him. You know what I'm saying? instead of unaliving him. You know what I'm saying? He actually, in a situation where he actually feared for his life, he still wouldn't pull his gun and kill and unalive another white man.
That's the point. That's the point. There's hundreds. I can pull up hundreds of videos of that right now of white people or white police officers, let alone black police officers, running away from an assailant with a machete or a knife or any type of other weapon, but let you have a lighter or a cell phone that looks like it has a gun holster on it or some goofy. You can have a toothbrush, and they think it's a shiv. You understand? But white people, they can tackle the cops. They can punch the cops. They can stab the cop. They can do whatever they want, but they will never catch 4 to 6 bullets in the abdomen.
Damn, that's right.
Never. You understand why? Because the police force was made to keep white people safe.
Right.
Even if they are the ones that did the wrong. How do we know this? Rashi brought it up earlier. Dylan Roof Storm. After he went and unalived those 9 individuals in a black Christian church, they put him on a bulletproof vest and took his ass to Burger King. Show me more. Tell me that's not bias. Tell me that's not white supremacy. Please do it. You can't. So this is why I'm saying, you black police officers, you just the coons of the coons.
Yep.
You're the biggest traitors that I can find.
Damn right.
All right. Next up, we got one more.
Yes, sir. Got a story right here of this lost sister right here. I don't understand.
Nah, this one is irritating. It was just the last little thing, but it's goofy.
Cold. A mom in North Carolina sat in the ER parking lot and deliberately ate shellfish to trigger a full-blown allergic reaction while her terrified daughter cried in the back seat. What is that?
This is mental illness. Just throwing it out there before we get started. This is a mental illness. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so allergic to shellfish, but I don't care. It's hump day. And
what? Hump day?
When I finish,
yeah, like a Wednesday, I think.
Okay.
I'm gonna lock myself in the hospital and seek treatment.
Damn, dying already.
I can't believe my body decided to turn on me after all these years eating shellfish, but I just had to have some today.
I'm only cutting it in because a lot of people don't know. Just this is a medical thing, because UPK is very pro-life. You understand that an adult can they can become allergic to things later on in life. You understand? Your allergies aren't always there once you're born or once you start hitting adolescence or whatever the case may be. A full-grown person at the age of 40 can develop a new allergy. You understand? So I'm not saying be weary, but I'm just it's a health concern for all people to understand that just because you haven't been allergic to something for so long doesn't mean you can't be at all for the rest of your life. And this goofy bitch, I have to say that word right there, goofy bitch.
Right.
I gotta say it, positive. I'm sorry. You understand? She knows damn well that she became allergic to this food, and because she's so disgusting, she didn't care. You understand? That's why she's sitting in a hospital, ER parking lot, because of an abomination. But I'm gonna yield on that real quick because I know we're about to go crazy on this unstable system.
Right.
In a minute. Go ahead.
Hey, Cons,
let's finish real quick. For her, these cancer states.
Did y'all see? I'm in the right spot.
Y'all hear the little girl in the background?
Cons,
yes, sir.
All right, keep going.
Oh, that was it on that. So.
How was it? Yeah. Oh, you can hear. Okay, go ahead. And before I say, my piece, feel free. Whoever wants to sit on. This is the last topic.
Yeah. So I just want to say, man, it's just like the white man really got a hold on our sisters, man. I'm gonna just say it takes a special kind of demon to pull up in an emergency room with some that could possibly maybe kill you with your daughter in the back crying for you. It's just like you gotta love your children more. You gotta love your life, and like you said, sir, mental illness. Maybe she ain't want to live. Maybe she want to feel some pain. Maybe you know what I'm saying. It's just a lot of things. It's just our sisters just gotta learn from. Basically, it wasn't no man in that car. A man would have said, "What the hell are you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Would have checked her and you know what I'm saying, and saved the allergic reaction, man, and save her daughter the trauma. Because at her daughter, she looking at her like, "Damn, I think my mom gonna die." That's why she's crying. You know what I'm saying? Her mom don't even care about her life like her daughter does. It's like that's all I have to say on that.
Yeah, Most High in Christ. There's really a few things about this video that's disturbing. You know what I'm saying? One, she just feel like, okay, I'm gonna just have an allergic reaction and that's it. You can die from an allergic reaction.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can be unalive by an allergic reaction. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if she has the knowledge of that. Two, this baby, you know what I'm saying, is back. The baby's crying. She not paying no attention to that. You know what I'm saying? She not paying attention to the fact that what she's doing is terrifying or hurting her child. Because I'm pretty sure the baby probably know, like, man, my mom got, she allergic to shellfish or whatever.
She just said it before she started eating.
Didn't know she said it in the damn video.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing, like Raj was saying, like, where's the father? You know what I'm saying? Like that could be an attempt to try to hurt the father as well or get at the father,
right?
Too, you know what I'm saying? And another thing is, why the hell do you even got your baby with you to begin with? You finna go into the emergency room with the baby. You know what I'm saying? Now you know what I'm saying? You causing the baby that trauma as well. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Kids supposed to be at home, especially a little girl, playing with Barbie dolls, reading books, playing on jungle gyms and getting scrapes on the knee and stuff like that. Regular stuff being a kid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And as adults, we don't know. The way we raise our kids determines the type of adult they're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And hurt parents raise hurt kids who grow up to be hurt parents as well. Right. So the cycle just continues. You know what I'm saying? We never get no if you know what I'm saying, if you like the chain gotta be broken off at some point. You feel me? You gotta have enough, you gotta love your kids enough to say, I went through this, I'm not putting you through it. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I did this, I'm gonna make sure I'm in this position of life, so you ain't got to do this. You know what I'm saying? It's shit I done did. I don't want my kids doing. I don't want my little boys doing. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole reason I'm here now. You supposed to set yourself up now, so when your kids grow up, they'll be already toward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So lock it. I'll yield.
Nah, see, y'all both right. And the heavy part about this is the blame is on the Christian.
Yep.
As always, the blame going straight to Christianity. Why? By telling our people that it's okay to eat nonsense that she's eating.
Damn.
You know, so regardless if you're allergic to it or not, you should not be eating no lobsters, shellfish, and crab and shrimp and all them abominations. You get what I'm saying? If you don't understand this, then you're special ed. If you got to go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 9. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to read it. No, let's read it. This is the last one we're going to anyway. You understand? It Leviticus 9 tells us what we can eat that's in the waters, what we can't eat that's in the waters. And because of the Christian church saying that the law was done away with, we think right now in 2026, shrimp, crab, lobster, shellfish, and all that is a luxury food. But that's not the case. These foods are the worst foods you can eat because they're bottom dwellers.
Mhm.
Bottom dwellers literally eat shit all day. That's what
Yep.
they eat. They eat the things that fall down into the ocean.
Mhm.
The carcasses, the dung, the algae, all the things that are bad on the earth or in the waters. That's what these animals, let's say, for lack of better words, eat.
Yep.
So when you unalive it, you eat it, you are gaining all that was in its gut, that it was put in its pores and all those different types of things. And that's what's going to destroy your life, destroy your body. You understand? But listening to the so-called white man, his Christianity nonsense, we think these are luxuries. You got red lobsters everywhere. You got Gordon Ramsay talking about lobster this and scallops this and all that garbage. Those are the worst things on the earth for you.
Right.
That's no different. That's no different than eating the cockroaches and the ants and the scabbard beetles that run up inside your crib every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? You got a house of roaches. You might as well eat those. If you're eating crabs and lobsters, eat the roach. Eat it. You understand? But no one wants to eat the roach. They only want to eat the sea roach.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Just because it's in the water doesn't not make it a roach.
Right.
Like you can Google it. They're in the exact same family. You understand? That's the whole point. You ain't gonna eat any type of cat because it's in the cat family.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna eat any dog because it's in the dog family.
Mm-hmm.
So if I could, sir,
go ahead.
They call roaches or whatever, they call them water bugs.
Water bugs.
You know what I'm saying?
You see my point? That's the crazy thing in the world. But then we want to think, it's okay because we were told it's okay. Well, you want to know why you're told it's okay? It's because you're listening to the devil of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to the biggest deceiver on this earth. The scriptures say, "Who changed the truth of God into a lie?" It's a so-called damn white man.
Right.
You understand? The Christian church has made you think that eating carcasses of damn cockroaches of the water was a delicacy. You understand? The delicacy could be the lamb, could be the oxtails and all that good stuff. But no, you want the bottom dwellers on the earth. And then of the sea. And then even on the earth, you want to go to the pig. The pig eats anything and everything.
Right.
So when you get a tapeworm or maggots running through your intestines because you're eating pork, don't go cry wolf.
Right.
Don't go cry about it. You did it yourself because you're a retard.
Yep.
I say that. So now we can read this scripture. Please, let's just show why this woman is, and so she knows she's allergic to it. Like she doesn't even give a damn about her own life.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
At all. Like her before she even made it to the door of the hospital, her throat could have closed up.
Damn.
My granddad died himself because he had an allergic reaction to something, and his tongue swelled up so much it filled his entire neck.
Damn.
He was gone in minutes because he couldn't breathe no more, and EMTs couldn't make it too long time, let alone the swelling go down. That's how my grandfather passed. You understand? And that's what stupid, goofy women like this don't understand. Just because you're at the hospital already doesn't mean the hospital has a cure to help you go through or survive any fucking thing. Excuse my French again, my bad. Hospitals aren't miracle workers. Nurses and doctors do not have the cure to all bad things. So to risk your life on purpose for the sake of eating a carcass roach over the water, you a goofy one that really you deserve to be unalive. At the end of you deserve to pass, but the Lord had mercy on you.
Right.
You understand? And you should realize that. But read what you got.
Khan, the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 10. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers of all that move in the waters.
Yeah, so it was so heavy, it didn't even just say the seas. It made sure to say the rivers. Meaning say all bodies of waters. That what you got to focus on. Go ahead.
Khan. And of any living thing which is in the waters. They shall be an abomination unto you.
You understand? The only food that dwells in the waters, lakes, rivers, and oceans that you're allowed to eat, according to the Most High, is ones that have both fins and scales.
Right.
Salmon, red snapper, tilapia, what's it called? Perch, cod,
sardine, right?
Sardines. That's what I was thinking of. Sardines. Even though I don't eat them, that's the thing. They just taste gross. But they're lawful. You understand? And this rainbow fish. There's hundreds and thousands of species in the ocean or in the waters. So the amount of fins and scales that dwell in the water that you can eat are astronomically high. You understand? But the ones that dwell on the bottom that eat the garbage down there, like the tuna, everyone loves tuna for some damn reason.
Yeah, catfish.
You understand? The catfish. You understand? Like the shrimp, crab, lobster, shellfish, the crustaceans. These things are non-edible.
Right.
Like you can eat them technically, yes, but these are the ones that are going to make sure your life goes down the hill fast as hell. And the Most High said don't eat it because of that fact. The Most High is all about pro-life. You understand? But when you go against his pro-life rules, you're asking to die. You're asking to be unalive. And this sister literally just begged to be unalive on purpose on camera.
Damn.
In front of her 6-year-old. This could have went way more south. She could have made this video and passed away in the car in front of her daughter. Thank the Most High it didn't happen like that, because that daughter doesn't need to be more traumatized than she already was. Seeing her mom get put on a stretcher and be injected with needles and prods and all these types of things. But that's goes to show our people don't even give a damn about our young ones. Her love for those crustaceans was more important than her love for her daughter, because she was willing to die for that crustacean. She wasn't willing to live for her daughter.
Yeah.
You understand? I just gotta say that Blacks and Indians, we gotta do better.
Damn right.
Facts.
To do better, we gotta separate from the so-called white man. We gotta separate from all religions, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, or whatever the case may be. And we need to come back to the nigga God up in this Bible.
That's right.
And obey Christ and the law, statutes, commandments. And the only way you're ever going to get that information is if you come into the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commander Jayon.
That's right.
You don't have the rest of the time.
Most time, Christ.
Meaning, like, if you have anything to say, this is your last chance. I know
Yeah.
we got a class in a couple minutes.
Yeah, Con. So you know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. There's been another round table of truth exclusive. You know what I'm saying? To follow up, make sure to pay your tithes to the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you pay to the men of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And you can see, actually, you can also see your money being put to use. All you have to do is go subscribe to any and every ISUPK school near you. You will see us doing food and clothes giveaways. Actually, we about to do big up the Midwest Fire Weekend. We finna do one at Midwest Fire Weekend. You know what I'm saying? So just pay your tithes to the men of the Lord. We got billions and billions of dollars going to the Christian church, who are teaching you to be the most wickedest people ever. You know what I'm saying? And are doing the most wickedest stuff to your kids and wives and husbands. You know what I'm saying? Just pay your tithes to the men who really love Black and Hispanics and Native Indian people.
Right.
With that, I say shalom.
Right, shouldn't be said.
Once again, sir, if you're Black and Hispanic, Native Indian, you know what I'm saying, just come to the Midwest Fire Weekend, show some love. This is our 10th annual. Community Junior Honors doing the lecture, all kinds of events. We got nightlife. If you really want to see how brothers get down, I recommend you be there. That's all I got, sir.
All right. Lastly but not least, I'm gonna run down the days for the Midwest Fire Weekend and the events we're gonna have. But first, go make sure to hit this QR code that's online if you want to make a donation to the Men of the Lord and the UPK for Chicago itself for the Midwest Fire Weekend. The GoFundMe QR code is right there. But as well, we need to understand that. So not understand what we have going on for the Midwest Fire Weekend this year. You understand? Thursday morning, we have the Round Table of Truth podcast. You understand? We have an exclusive guest, General Mahyman. You understand? It's the first time he's been on the podcast since we've been up and running. And it's going to be heavy as hell. You do not want to miss this one. You know, General Mahyman, he don't pull no punches.
That's right.
Again, he's up into the brother you want to listen to. So it's going to be a great thing as well. You know what I'm saying? And of course, later on in that evening, General Mahyman himself, again, is going to be teaching the scripture breakdown class on Thursday evening. You understand? 7 to 9 Central Time. Right after that, we will have a game night for kids and adults at the school or the Chicago school. So make sure to show up. Then next up on Friday morning, we will have a back to school giveaway drive with clothes and food as well in the back of the yards on 47th and Ashland. You know, saying Captain Raham, he's going to make sure to make that a blast of a time for all Blacks, Hispanics, and Indians that are in need of any of those resources. So, and directly after that, will we have the biggest event possible, the Manning Junior Hana's Town Hall Meeting Lecture. You understand? Right back at the school. You understand? The flyer has went out. We have one address. Things change. Things happen. So it's actually going to be at the school at 9909 West Roosevelt Road. Make sure to come check out with the generals, heavy hitting things going on in this World War that's going on. You understand? Then next up, of course, we got nightlife. There might be a club or two. We might got all Blacks Spanish that show up to and have a good time. Saturday morning, we will be having the gun rights and restoration and felony expungement program. If you got a bad record in the white man society and you might need assistance getting it expunged or might need to get some gun rights restored, Officer 5000 LeBon out of Detroit will be here in Chicago to help and assist. And Lord allow, we can get your record clean, because that's what's most important, is making sure that the white man can't keep calling us criminals, man.
Yep.
We're not going to keep allowing that, because we too great as a people. He's the biggest criminal. So make sure to get with us during that day. And then right after that, it's going to be a free day. We have plenty of events that brothers and sisters can go to, the day parties and, you know, tastings and so forth and so such. Make sure to tune out and have a good time for that Saturday evening. And of course, we have another club ready for brothers and sisters there on Saturday night. You understand? Obviously, Captain, our lumber bar, he's going to be balling. He got a good place for us to go. And then last but definitely not least, the 10th annual cookout, you understand, will be at Calumet Beach Park from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's going to be fun, brotherhood, sisterhood, good food. You know, we have the Midwest, the cook of the Midwest. My pops is all right here in the podcast. This brother has a lot coming up. You're going to have some exclusive food and all that. You know, the sister's going to throw out the sides and the dishes and everything of that nature. We're going to have vendors on deck. Captain Yard Don's going to be selling his I Pray to the Nigga God shirts and all the good stuff in the world. So make sure to come up, because, you know, the Commander General Hana, the generals, captains, and officers of troopers and sisters will be in the building. If you have any questions about that, my number is on that flyer. That's my day. So you can always call out. You can get all the information you need. So please tune in to the Midwest Fire Weekend, July 30th, August 2nd. Hit the GoFundMe. Show some support to the men of the Lord that give a damn about Black, Hispanic, and Indian people's plight. You understand? So with that, make sure to catch us next Tuesday on the Round Table of Truth follow-up. Asher should be back in the building.
Damn right.
That, shalom, Israel.